Welcome to the session on computer networks. We assume that you have gone through and understood the prerequisite topics, namely basic knowledge of computer systems. This will help you in better understanding of the session. In this session, we will discuss the computer networks, their need, and how networks are classified based on parameters like geographical spread and data flow. Now, let us define computer network. Computer network is a collection of computers and other computing devices interconnected to exchange information and also share resources. The diagram shows how computers and other devices are connected in a network to exchange and share information. How does the world communicate today? The answer certainly includes social networking sites, emails, chat, load sharing, resource sharing, distributed information. These ways of communication are possible through computer networks. Apart from communication, computer networks are needed for accessing information which is intrinsically distributed. Network also enable better utilization of certain resources like printer, scanner through sharing among users. Networks are also required to distribute the load among servers once the number of user requests or transactions increase for an application. Computer networks can be classified based on different parameters. The first parameter can be the geographical spread. If the area covered is small, then the network is called local area network. If the computers are spread over large distances, then it is called wide area network. Another parameter for network classification is based on the way in which the data flows between the computers. If the data flows between nodes through a dedicated physical path, then it is called as circuit switched. On the other hand, if the different parts of the data are transmitted through different paths and assembled at the destination, then it is called packet switch. Local area network, popularly known as LAN, interconnects computers in a limited area such as a building or a campus. The features of LAN includes it is usually owned by a single organization or a person. Hence, data transfer rate is high and also reliability is high. Wide area network, popularly known as WAN, interconnects computer in a large area such as different locations in or across cities, countries and continents. Now, let us look at some features of wide area network. As computers are geographically spread out and owned by multiple organizations or people, data transfer rates and reliability are relatively lower. Compared to LAN, implementation cost is more, and typical example of a WAN is the internet. The other consideration for classification of networks is based on data flow. A circuit switched network establishes a dedicated communication channel between the nodes before the actual communication starts. This type of network guarantees availability of full bandwidth of the channel and the computers remain connected throughout the duration of the communication. In circuit switch network, the communicating nodes act as though they are directly connected. As there is an established dedicated communication path, it is also called as connection-oriented network. An example for circuit switching network type is telephone switching system. The picture demonstrates how circuit switch networks work. Consider a telephone network with the telephone switches S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5. To establish a connection between source and destination, many possible paths are available as shown. Based on the chosen algorithm and availability, an appropriate path is selected. Here, the path from S1 to S3 and then S3 to S5 is selected, and data flows through this established path until the call ends. Packet switched network does not require for a dedicated connection between the communicating nodes. In packet switched network, the data is fragmented into packets. Each packet that is fragmented has the information such as destination address, size of data, sequence number, etc., and can traverse through different paths. At the destination, packets are reassembled in the proper sequence to get back the original data. As the packets are fragmented and sent through different paths, it is also called as connectionless network. This ensures more reliable communication. The diagram depicts how the packets are sent through different paths available and then reassembled at the destination. In this session, we learned that computer networks are collection of computers interconnected for exchanging information and sharing resources. Computer networks are classified into LAN and WAN based on geographical spread. They are also classified into circuit switched and packet switched networks based on the data flow.